Hey guys, it's ANicWin, also known as Amy, and happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a lovely day. We have an apartment renovation here. This is Penny Pizzazz's old unit at I think it's 131221 Chic Street, something like that. It's usually a studio unit. I have just reworked the floor plan to make it a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. There is space for a half bath or perhaps a little office nook. I decided to make it a laundry room. I am actually imagining something a little bit different for this apartment. Well, it feels different. It might be on par. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. But this is a grandparent, specifically a grandfather, and his granddaughter. I almost said grandchild. Same thing. But she's probably 7 to 10, around there. So a school age, a young school age. And he is retired. So I'm thinking he was probably former Navy, is really kind of what I have in my head. And I'm imagining that he lived in Brindleton Bay for the longest time until he joined the military or the Navy. And he's moved, all over. He's gone where duty calls, basically. And this is where he ended up retiring and raising his own family. And now he is helping raise his granddaughter. Now, I want to make it very, very clear that I don't think this is some sort of tragic circumstance or anything like that. It wasn't abandonment. I'm thinking more so along the lines that the parents have a career where they're traveling pretty frequently. And, in the past, they've taken her with them. She's lived on the road. But now that she's older, they really want to give her the opportunity to be in school, to make friends, and just kind of live a normal child Sims life, if that makes any sense. And so during the school year, she lives primarily with her grandfather, and then on breaks and weekends and whenever they're home, she's with her parents. So it's kind of like split custody, kind of, except everyone involved understands that it's not. It's not your typical family. I'm using air quotes there because everyone's definition of family is different. It's definitely unorthodox, but I really just want to stress that this is not a negative situation, and there's nothing wrong with it being negative. This is the storyline I had in my head, like maybe the parents live in the unit like across the hall or something. So this child is really just like owning the whole floor, basically. So I talked through the laundry room. It wasn't really anything crazy. I did take the modular closet unit and I hung the child's clothing on the unit. I shrunk it down and raised it to hang it on the laundry day shelf. I thought that looked a little bit better. To be perfectly honest with you, am still not a fan of the modular furniture. It's just not my style. But so those clothes won't be accessible, I don't think. I really doubt it. If they are, that's going to function as a closet. But like I said, I really doubt it. I really just wanted to use that for the aesthetic, which the majority of this apartment ends up being aesthetics only, but there's space to rearrange certain things so that they're not just pretty. I am cluttering up the top of the fridge there. You're gonna have to pretend with me that the bird seed is actually cereal, because that's what I'm pretending it is. And that bridge is a project that I think the granddaughter created, and those little kava cups or mugs, whatever they're called, matched the wood tone so perfectly that I was like, well, it's a tray, obviously, duh. And so I use it as that. I really just like that little detail. I don't know why, but it sparked joy. So I wanted to point that out for you. Now, behind the kitchen here, as you can see, I did place an island with 2 bar stools rather than a table, and I am placing a bookshelf behind it. Now, I could have fit a dining room table, and looking back, I still don't think I would have, but you definitely have the room to if you want one in your game. I just didn't feel like it was necessarily the vibe for this place. Instead, I placed the bookshelf with a laptop and a few other decorative items. This really just kind of looks like a castaway corner is what I kind of call it. And I thought it fit. I don't know. I really felt like this is the type of guy that would have just one corner that's just there. He doesn't really know what to do. It's never really sorted out. It just kind of exists, and he's okay with it being there, if that makes any sense. Now, the laptop is displayed. It's not technically usable as it's displayed, but you can pull it into your Sims inventory and they'll be able to use it like normal. I just wanted it to be a bit of decoration in this case, but of course you can move it. And I would advise deleting the desk if you do remove it, because you'll never get it to clip back to the desk once you pick it up. I then placed this faux mantle and I put a tile from Jungle Adventures behind it just to kind of give it some spice. If you don't, you just see the wall behind, and sometimes that's the move. Today that was not the move, so That's my solution. I thought it looked kind of nice. It looked like a custom piece that maybe he painted or something like that. I give him a small TV. I put this toy chest with a few toys around it. The toy chest itself is not accessible, it's blocked, but you can easily pull that out if you would like to and place it somewhere else. But there are a few tools. There are a few toys around it that the child can access. I put a few lanterns there just to kind of give it the appearance that it's giving off light. Of course, we all know it's not usable. And then I place some more of these little feather shadow boxes. That's what I'm calling them. So I think this grandfather, if you've not kind of picked up on a few things, I think he's definitely an avid bird watcher and he is in a bowling league. That's just kind of my sense of him. I think those are his two things, right? Like he is definitely a family man. He's definitely, you know, served his country, but like when it's his free time, he's either got a pair of binoculars and he's in some obscure part of the world looking at nests, or he's got his bowling shoes and his bowling bag and he's ready to serve. That's just the kind of guy he is. Now, for a coffee table, I did take 2 dining room tables and size them down. I wanted to have the nested coffee table look, but I wanted it to be square. I wanted it to be that shade of orange, and the square coffee tables that they give you in game are so large and so squatty that when you size them down to an appropriate size, they're too low to the ground and they look like pedestals. So that was my solution. I do think the base is a little too table-like and not enough of a coffee table vibe. So it is something I'm going to have to play around with, but I kind of like doing that. It was an experiment, and I think for a first time, you know, a first result, it paid off. So we might see that again, maybe. I liked it enough, I think I would repeat it. And then we move on to the granddaughter's room. Now, this is not, keep in mind, her main bedroom. She has a bedroom with her parents, but this is the room that she stays in when she's sleeping over at her grandfather's unit. So this is just kind of like all of her favorite stuff, right? It's not everything she owns, but she got to come in and pick her own colors. So she chose this pretty yellow, a light blue and purple. It's more of a lavender, I think. Not that purple. That purple's gaudy, but that darker purple there, that lavender, that really light lilac. So she's got some crafting things. She's got toys that she's put in boxes. She's got this bookshelf. I imagine she and her grandfather probably like to read together. That's probably something that they enjoy spending time together doing. And I think she's just this really bright, happy, bubbly kid, right? Like she's a little bit different because she's seen a lot more than most kids her age. She's been a fair few places, so she's just kind of got this sense of joy and wonder about the world, and I kind of wanted that to be apparent in her room. And I also wanted to include a few things that you might see from her travels, like the panda lamp and the dinosaur and a few other things like that. They're just a nod to a few of the past Sims worlds and this iteration and a few others. I did, of course, give her a stuffed cat because they have to have something to do. Otherwise, kids just kind of wash out in the game. And that's pretty much her room. I really, really enjoyed her room, even though it was so small. And then we jump into the bathroom here. The bathroom, I just don't think bathrooms are like my sweet spot. I don't think I'm necessarily bad at them, but I do struggle to make them different and unique, or at least it feels that way. I feel like I do a very standard, stereotypical American bathroom, simply because that's what I'm used to, and that's kind of what your sim requires. So this has a shower tub combo, the toilet, the sink. I do give them a medicine cabinet because I give them that kind of retro looking sink that doesn't have any storage. I throw some rubber ducks in the tub. You saw me put the little Q-tip cotton ball jar thing on the back of the toilet. That's just a fun little detail. And I throw in a couple of other decorations, and that's it. And I think in this space, the standard bathroom really, really works. And here we're jumping into the master bedroom. Now I am trying to really tell a story through the items in his bedroom, and I think I did a fairly decent job. That is something I'm trying to improve upon, and I think I'm getting a little bit better. But because he's from Brindleton Bay, you're going to see a few nautical elements on the walls and placed around the room. I put some bowling memorabilia in as well, just to kind of show that that is his passion. I didn't include any more birds. I thought we had enough of that in the main living space. But on that note, guys, I am actually going to leave you here. I will see you next Wednesday when I post my next video. And in the meantime, feel free to leave a like or a comment down below, letting me know what you think. You can also follow me on Instagram, or just check out my Instagram if you want to see the screenshots and you don't necessarily want to see the build. You can also feel free to subscribe if that is something that would spark joy for you, but there is no pressure to do any of that ever. I'm just glad you watched. I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you very, very shortly. Bye, guys.
Oh, my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow, but I'm here to hold. And oh, my love, don't worry about the cold just yet. The trees haven't started to shed. Just feel the summer sun as it warms our bed. I'm lying, and I'm lying when I say I'm not afraid, but I'm trying to share.